Hello, welcome back to your weekly dose, your live weekly dose of real estate reality. I am Jackie Baker, real estate agent up here in Northern New Jersey. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. Got a lot to talk about. So if you're ready for some good conversation, get ready. So this week I have with me Dylan Lee. Dylan is a realtor down in Tampa, Florida. Florida in the house tonight. This is going to be some good stuff to talk about. And we're going to be talking all about the real estate market. So before I begin, bring Dylan on. Just remember, you can post your comments, questions to the both of us. You know, either one of us, you have questions, we can see them and we'll be happy to answer them. And always remember, please be nice. Let's not get political. Let's not get, it's a fun place. Let's be nice to each other. Okay. All right. So Dylan, hello. Welcome.
Hey, Jackie, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Good. Thanks for being here. I'm so excited you're here. So, so Florida, man, Florida's been like the hot market since the whole pandemic started.
Right.
How's it going down there? Still, well, I know what you said is calming down a little bit, but is it getting better? Still crazy?
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously we are seeing a bit of a correction here in our market. But it is still a hot market. I'm sure we're going to talk more about this
absolutely
through our discussion, but yeah.
Yeah. So the topic this week, it's my so this article is all about the housing correction. So Fortune, let me see. Here we go. It's from fortune.com. I've been getting a lot of stuff from fortune.com lately. And so they're talking about the housing correction that's going to be taking place this year. And they mentioned the 400 largest U.S. housing markets. So I'm just going to read a little bit. Sorry, my phone's like going crazy here. I'm going to read a little bit. It says, while home transactions went into free fall in the second half of 2022, home prices have felt less of an impact. Through October, seasonally adjusted U.S. home prices were down just 2.4%, as measured by the Case-Shiller National Home Price Index. On one hand, that marks the second biggest home price correction in the post-World War II era. On the other hand, it's mild compared to the 26% peak to trough U.S. home price crash from 2007 to 2012. Now, doesn't that kind of blow your mind, Dylan? It's only like, it sounds they're like making like, oh, we're going to have this big price correction, but it's only 2 point whatever percent compared to what we had, back in 2007 to 2012. So everyone's anticipating, oh, it's going to crash. It's going to come crashing down like it did back in 2007. And I've been saying this for like forever. Well, it's like for the past year. Like, no, that's not happening.
Right.
So but how interesting is that? This is the second largest decline. Really? Does that surprise you?
Well, yeah, to a certain degree, but from 2020 to now, you just saw how much it ramped up, and it can't last forever. This was the best housing market that we've ever had.
Yep.
It's been wonderful for so many folks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it couldn't last forever.
No, it couldn't. But when you consider how high the prices went up, right? I mean, in some markets, 20% or more. I know here in New Jersey, I would say average during the pandemic, I would say prices went up about 16, 17% statewide on average. But if you look at the whole picture and they're saying it's only coming down, just over 2%, it's just like, really, that's it? You know what I mean? I mean, affordability is an issue to begin with. And now you're saying, we're going to wait for prices to come down. And you're like, they're only coming down that much, So I don't know. I think, I think that it's not going to get any lower than that. I don't know. It might, like, I could see in some markets, like here in the article. Let me go back to the article here. So they list here. Sorry, wrong one. I'm going on the wrong one here. Oh, where do we go? So here we go. The shift in home values since their respective 2022 peak. So these 30 markets are down by more than 5%. And I find this so interesting. So we have, how do you say that? Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
I've tried to pronounce that name for so long, and I
I'm sorry if anybody's from that area and I'm bashing how do you pronounce it. So
sorry,
look,
Idahoans.
10, yeah, right. 10.8%, San Jose, Austin's getting beat up.
Crushed. Yeah.
I'm shocked at that. I thought Austin would like really weather this storm. I'm really shocked that that's taken such a beating. San Francisco, Santa Cruz. So it's funny because the only place in Florida that they list here is Punta Gorda that you and I were just talking about. And I don't see any towns in New Jersey, anything in New Jersey on this list. So it's like, oh my God, my Jersey peeps are going to go nuts because they're going to be like, what the hell when the price is coming down? So I don't know. So tell us a little bit about what's going on in Florida where you are, because you got to share the story you just told me, which I thought was incredible.
Yeah, yeah. So from our peak in was it June, July of last year to now, we are seeing a drop off. So I'm not too sure where these folks, unfortunately, are getting their information from. So this is right from MLS. We are seeing about a 6.6 to 7% drop in price.
Okay.
And in the article, of course, you saw that the economist from Moody's, he's saying like a 10% is going to be the bottom. Who knows? But
Yeah.
yeah. So what I was sharing with you earlier, anecdotally, like as I was saying, I might sound like I'm talking from both sides of my mouth right now. Right now is the best time to sell and the best time to buy. You can find properties that have been sitting for a while that were initially way overpriced and get seller concessions, maybe beat them up a little bit on sales price. Right.
Yep.
And, if you're looking to sell here, at least here in Tampa, we still have 3.3 months worth of inventory. So that's very much a seller's market. But that, going back to that story I was sharing with you, my wife and I, we found a home in the best school district in Hillsborough County. That's the county that Tampa's in. So we found a home in the best school district in a community that we wanted to be in, right? We submitted a lowball offer. The house had been sitting. It was way overpriced to begin with, and they were just chasing that market down. We submitted a lowball offer. We wanted seller concessions as well to help with closing costs. We didn't waive any contingencies, didn't do anything like that. We got the home. We got it.
See?
And this home, if it was proper, if it was actually properly priced the first time around, it would have sold for so much more than what we were able to get it for.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think this is what we're starting to see more of now. I think those, as I said before, those people who are still stuck on 2021, 22 prices, let me take advantage of the market mentality. They're all in for a rude awakening right now because I'm seeing the same thing here where I just showed 2 properties today and they both have been sitting on the market. One was 131 days, another one was 47 days, and they're sitting there and the buyers are like, what's wrong with the house? I'm like, it's the price. That's what's wrong with the house. It's way
Right.
overpriced. They went in thinking they were going to get their price and they're not. So it's always good to have a really good educated real estate agent that really knows what's going on in the market and track make sure they're looking at the like daily the comps of what's going under contract, what's selling like within the last week. Don't go back 3 months because that's
Right.
not a realistic number anymore, right? So but
Uh,
good for you. But good
yeah.
for you that you were able to secure that house and get what you got. Like, see, we're going back to what it was before the pandemic. This is
Right.
what we used to do, right?
Right.
Negotiate all these things. It's so wonderful. I just really appreciate hearing that story because I got people here who just, so frustrated and they feel like they're never gonna get a house. So your story, thank you, Dylan. It gives us hope. So
The deals are out there. They are absolutely out there for
yep.
sure. You just got to get off the sideline, get into the game, which I'm sure your clients have been,
Yeah.
in the game. But just keep on going,
Yep. Exactly. You have to, because if you wait, the rates go up and it's just, get in now. That's my thought. All right. Do I have any questions yet? No questions yet. Just some comments. Let's go back to this. So I don't know if you can hear my daughter practicing her saxophone. She's she's in the room behind me, and I'm like, oh God, she's practicing right now. So if anybody hears her, that's what's going on. Anyway, so where did I want to continue on to? Let's see. Bear with me, guys. Got a little distracted here. Okay, this is what I wanted to get into. Okay. While home prices in 254 major markets are below their 2022 peaks, another 146 major markets remain at their 2022 peaks. The ongoing mortgage rate shock has yet to cause home values, as measured by Zillow, to fall in markets like Indianapolis, Miami, and Philadelphia. So therefore, the coast is clear in markets like Miami and Philadelphia, right? Not so fast, says Moody's. While the home price correction has yet to impact tight inventory markets like Miami and Philadelphia, it still could this year. Moody's expects home prices to fall further this year in every major regional housing market in cities like Miami and Philadelphia. Moody's expects the peak to trough decline to hit 16.9% and 5.3% respectively. So they're saying Miami's going to go down by 16.9%. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I don't know. If you hear crying in the background there, okay. I don't know if you can hear the crying, but
you have toddlers. I got a saxophone player. It's all good.
yeah. They are doing what they will.
Hey, we have kids. What are you gonna do? So
Miami going down by 16, 17%. And I'm guessing they're saying from the peak. I don't know. Folks are still coming to Florida in droves.
Right.
They really, really are.
Yeah.
And, to the folks watching this right now, and maybe you'll be watching this, down the road after it's uploaded onto Jackie's YouTube channel. These nationwide media broadcasts out here, the news organizations, they really don't have a feel for the local economy. And the local economy, as I'm sure it is up in New Jersey, it changes from county to county, from township to township. And it's very tough to just kind of paint a brush. So, they can make the estimates. I guess that's why they pay them the big bucks. Yeah. I don't know if I see that happening. I really don't.
I agree with you. I think Florida will always remain a hot market. Maybe it'll come down a little bit as the rates go up. But what I find is that people who are retiring to Florida, they're not going to have much, either they're going to buy with cash or they're going to have a very small mortgage, right? So they can afford to go down there.
Right.
And afford to live. So the prices have gone up, but it's almost as expensive as New Jersey in some parts of Florida. I can't believe what the houses are selling for down there, but it makes sense. For what we're selling for here, they're going to go down there. It's a non-issue. It's either going to be cash or they're going to have a small mortgage. Not a problem. So,
and it's great. I don't know if you've been to Florida recently, but I was walking out in shorts and a t-shirt today.
Oh, okay.
It is just so nice. So nice. But back to the topic at hand. I'd reach out to actually quite a few of my mortgage friends, see if I could, get a pulse of what they're saying. Because typically, they're almost like the canary in the coal mine, right? Mm-hmm. If they're getting a lot of a flurry of activity, that's usually when it'll begin to trickle on down to the real estate agents. And after the holidays, a lot of my lender friends are saying that they are seeing an influx of applications coming in, an influx. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's what's also leading us to more of a seller's market as well, because, there's not as many homes for sale.
Mm-hmm.
You've got so many buyers right now. And so it's, like I said before, it almost sounds like I'm talking out both sides of my mouth, but it's a good time for both.
I totally agree with you. And I'm so glad you brought that point up. I do. Oh, look at this. We have a comment. Somebody from Florida. Hello there. My house has been on the market since October. I'm in Florida. Wow. What part of Florida, if you can comment back quickly? I'm curious. Yeah. So, I mean, well, listen, since October, that's when the rates went back up. Went back up. They skyrocketed to 7%.
Right.
Now they're
Right.
back down. They're in the low sixes, I guess, right now. And they're predicting that they could go back down to the mid fives. But I want to hear something interesting. So my
Yeah.
buyer today, she's just north of Tampa, Dylan.
Okay.
All right. So,
Yeah, that's my neck of the woods.
yep. Okay. Well, it could very well be, again, I hate to say it, it could be your price. So,
It
and the timing that you went it on the market in October, that's when the rates went really high. So,
yeah,
she
yeah.
lowered her price 3 times. Okay.
Chasing the market down,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry that that happened to you. And so just to give you a little bit of insight as to what some other agents were doing at that time. I'm sure obviously Jackie probably adjusted the way that she comps properties, but what you have to do now as as a listing agent, you got to get away from the solds from the last couple months or so. And if you are going to look at solds, yeah, look, within the last week, 2 weeks, 30 days. But the best number to look at are the other homes that haven't sold, the other actives. And the best way to think of those homes are the homes that buyers didn't want at that price, right? So you might see other homes out there that like, hey, Tom's house down the street, that's listed for 330. My house is so much better than his. I'm going to list mine for 340. Well, how long has Tom's house been sitting on the market?
Exactly.
And so at that price of 330, the market has spoken. Buyers have seen it. They don't want it.
Yep.
And so what you have to do now is you have to be the best deal on the block. Just like if you're selling a car, you got to be the best deal on the block.
Yep.
And when you do that, you'll be quite surprised to see that you get a lot of attention on your property and multiple offer situations.
Yep. Yep. Definitely. It all comes down to your price. That's what it is. So, yeah, I'm sorry you're going through that. So maybe you speak to your agent and like look at what's active on the market right now, what the prices are, and maybe you just have to undercut them a little bit. Just come under what's active on the market.
Right.
I know that's hard to hear. A lot of sellers don't want to hear that, but you have to be realistic, and that's such an important thing when looking at comps. You got to be so recent, and I love how you said that. Look at what hasn't sold. What the prices are, and that's very telling. So, what else? Who is this? Oh, John X. I'm probably not saying your name right, John. Sorry. Happy to see you from South Miami, Florida.
Happy to see you as well, Sean.
The Florida people are
Let's
here.
go.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, Rick B. Here we go. I'm at 3.9 with 24 payments left. We are looking to upgrade in New Jersey, but not sure if we should wait until we paid off and prices stabilize or enter the market now. Wow, you got 24 payments left. Good for you. Wow. Well, you got to do the math. You got to do the numbers. And if you want to speak to a lender to see where the rates are at now, and you want to see what you're getting, like what you could sell your house for right now, which again, if it's priced right, you're going to do well. And then you have enough money, you can take that equity to put down on the next house. But it's just a matter of it's the interest rate, your mortgage rate. Unless you want to take cash, if you can do it, if you want to pay this off and take all that cash and put in the next house, that's an option as well. But man, I'm jealous. 24 payments left.
Yeah, that's nice.
Good for you. Yeah, I mean, prices are going to stabilize. There's no, it's definitely, especially in Jersey.
Right.
I mean, it's all over the place, but they are going to come down. So, yeah, I mean, you can wait. You can. And I think rates are going to come back down. They're all predicting rates are going to be back into the mid fives by the second half of this year. But again, don't rely on that, because I mean, look what happened last year. At the end of 2021, they said by the end of 22, interest rates are going to be at 4 or 5%.
Right.
That happened in freaking February. It hit 4% or March. So, You just don't know. What I've been telling people, and Dylan, I'm sure you say the same thing. You got to watch the news, watch the economy. Learn about what's happening with the Feds raising interest rates. The good news is the Feds are going to only raise the rates like smaller amounts. I mean, that's what they're talking about. Inflation is starting to come back down a little bit, so just you got to keep a close eye on it. You really do. So, but that's a good one, Rick B. Thank you so much. Appreciate the comment. All right, so let me just go back to this again. Share screen. Okay. Let's see. Now what I found interesting too, when you look at the shift in home values, San Francisco, I'm not surprised. I'm not gonna lie. San Francisco is like not the best place right now.
They were hemorrhaging people.
Yeah, no. Phoenix. So I'm surprised to see Phoenix and Las Vegas that they're saying they're going to come down so much. I thought that was they would weather this. They would weather this whole thing. I mean, what do you think, Dylan? Does that surprise you?
Yeah, Phoenix definitely caught me off guard a little bit.
Yeah.
Usually I thought these states that you see an influx of folks to that I mean Idaho, actually I kind of thought Idaho, I knew that couldn't last. When everyone was moving to Boise, I was like, there's gonna be a gold mine there or gold rush, and then it's got to stop. But Phoenix, I was quite surprised by that.
Yeah.
I thought that would be a place that people would want to continue to move to.
Well, I think because it's another big retiree place, right? That's
Right.
another. I'm just surprised because I understand why the prices are going to come down because of the it's not sustainable. The salaries don't match. They don't tie up with the home prices. It's hard to pay those mortgage payments, but I don't know, because I'm thinking it's a retirement place, like I said about Florida, people have the money, they're going to cash out on their house and then go buy somewhere else and pay cash or have a small mortgage. But yeah, it just that surprised me. But who knows? And the other thing too, people aren't going to move people thought like during the pandemic, hey, I can work from home. Let's let's just go to Idaho and live out there. And now you have to get back into the office. So that's playing a big role in this too. I know like in Jersey, we had a huge influx when the pandemic hit because everybody was escaping Manhattan. Now everyone is being called back to the office. There are people still working from home, but maybe like a couple of days a week, but they do have to go back into the office. But the thing is now we still get in like a lot of people from the city because they want to get out because of the crime. So Jersey will always have this influx because, well, I say always, let's hope that New York City gets better with its crime and everything, but that's a whole other discussion we won't get into. But
you know what I'm curious about, and I didn't see this in the article anywhere.
Yeah,
the cities that are seeing the biggest drop off. I'd be really curious to see where the local infrastructure and business investment, how much of that they've seen in the last 2 years. So I know here in Tampa, it is booming with business investment. They're just really expanding these parts of the city and in a city adjacent towns we'll call them towns to create them more welcoming, more livable, more attractions, more things to do.
Right.
And so maybe the Cordillera, Idaho, I'm sorry again, if I mispronounce that, if you're, if you're a business there and you're not, reinvesting back into your local community and you're a local politician and you're just collecting that increased tax base and doing nothing else, it's going to come back and bite you. So I'd be very curious to see, which areas had a more of a self-investment from the business as well as local government.
Yep. Yeah, that's so true. That is so true. They didn't plan. And listen, nobody knew, we
Right.
were going to get a pandemic, so they didn't plan for that. But what frustrates me is that what I'm seeing for some towns here in New Jersey, what they are planning for is they're reassessing the properties now, and they're increasing property taxes because, why not? Let's take advantage. The values went up, so let's cash out on that. No, like,
The
right?
roads still suck.
Yeah, right,
What are
exactly.
you doing?
Exactly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I could go on for days. I mean, living here in Jersey with our taxes, that's what we're known for. And man, yeah, it's just not. So, oh, John, you're so funny. Can I say you're better than Smallhorn? No, I'm not. I'm not better than Smallhorn. Get out of here. That's a no. That'll never happen. But I appreciate you being here. Thank you. So anyway, I think that was what was the other one? Wait, hold on one second, guys. So another one, okay, let me go back to this. This is all right. I clicked on this before. I'm sorry. I just get so excited talking about this stuff. This report was done. Do you see this? This is from Fortune. This is back in October when they said home prices to crash. I love when they say that word, to crash. We're going to crash 20% in Nashville. Here's the revised forecast for the nation's 322 largest housing markets. This is back from October 29th. And funny, Tennessee, 26%, Morristown, Tennessee. So, oh, and there's Idaho. Do you see Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, Dylan? Do you see that? It's like fifth down, right? 1, 3, 4, 5. You see that? It's 6
Okay. Yeah, I
down.
see it now. I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was from back in October. Now it's like number 1. It's going to have the biggest decrease.
Not what you want to be one for.
No, definitely not. But isn't it funny how like just a couple months ago they predicted now, Nashville and all these other places are, and then they switch it, and here we are. We have a whole new slew of towns, markets. I don't know. I think, is it affordability that's doing that to them? Yeah, I think like I said, those prices went so high that people just can't afford it. The people who live there, the jobs, the salaries just don't, they can't sustain it. So, but overall, I'm more of the eternal optimist, and I know I piss a lot of people off with that.
Hey, you're in good company here.
Yeah, well, good. Okay, good. Because, well, you know what, Dylan, we're in it day to day, right? We're
Right.
out there, boots on the ground. We're working with these people. We see the market. We're interacting with people, with their buyers. We know what's happening. And when I hear that, like say it's going to crash 20%, it's going to crash 30%, whatever, that is so not the case. And we got to be realistic about this. And the sellers need to, I think this is why people are afraid to sell too, because they're seeing the news, the market's going to crash, it's going to crash. We just need more people like us to be out there telling the truth of what's going on.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the best economist is your local economist, someone that has their thumb on the pulse.
Yep.
I live it here. I work it. I talk to people every single day, just like you do.
Yep.
Just like you do. It's the best economist is your local economist.
Absolutely. Especially your real estate agents. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, like I reach out to my lender partners, to lenders I work with, and I was just like, what are the rates? What's going on? Where are the mortgage applications at? That's a big question you ask. Like, how are the mortgage applications? It's like, it's either, well, it's dead, we've got nothing, or we're going crazy, we can't handle and that was, holy cow. And I'm sure you dealt with this the last 2 years. Oh my God, this distress of getting the offers in and getting the loans closed in time, because these sellers wanted to be done. Once they accepted the offer, it's like 45 days and they want to be done. And getting those loans done, I mean, it could be done, but man, talk about nail biters, because they were so inundated with mortgage applications and getting loans processed. That was hell. That was hell. like all that stress. I mean, I'm sure you had the same thing down there.
I didn't always have all these gray hairs in my beard. These are relatively new additions. I don't know if you can see here. So my mic hides it.
Yeah. Well, that's why I dye my hair like every 7 weeks because
Yeah.
holy cow, if you really saw the gray, oh my God. Yeah.
Not much I can do up here. It is what it is.
Well, that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's the correction. Now they're saying the correction is going to last for a couple of years. That I can see. But it's not going to correct. Like, I want to come back and like look at this in 6 months and see where we're at. I'm sure Fortune's going to do another article like this to talk about, oh, here's the updated, these markets are in a correction. Would love to see what they would have to say in a few months and see what markets are crashing at that time. And
Right.
crashing, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's because we don't know. We don't know. Like you said, you got to trust your local economist, and we're the ones who are living, eating, breathing it every single freaking day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. And I think buyers, especially the folks that have been sitting on the sidelines here a little bit, there might be as I say, like a coming to God moment where they realize, well, this is the market.
Yep.
This is it. I heard someone say a while back, there's no such thing as a good market and a bad market. The market's the market,
Yep.
and it's what you assign to it. And so, if you need to buy a home, well, this is the market.
Yeah.
You need to sell a home, well, this is the market.
This is the market. Yep.
And, you need to work with a top-notch realtor. Got to work
Yes.
with a top-notch realtor, because if you're looking to buy a home, you need a realtor that can really negotiate. Absolutely negotiate and get you those, as good of a deal as possible. And if you're looking to sell, you need a top-notch realtor to negotiate on your behalf to get you the most amount of money.
Absolutely.
At the closing table, what is the most you're going to be walking away with?
Yep, for sure. Okay, so thank you guys. I try not to watch those YouTubers who keep saying the home market's crashing. Yes, the stress is awful. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. But yeah, don't watch the. I'm not going to say the name, but there was a guy. Well, I don't even think he has a channel anymore. I think he got rid of it. But there was a guy out there. It was, oh my God. Like, it just every topic, every title on his videos were like, it's beginning, it's happening,
I think I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say
just
it.
by looking at the thumbnails, like, oh, come on, buddy.
I know. It's just like, can we just stop? So, let me see. Oh, Henry John, The Villages, Florida sales only down 2% last year, just came out. Wow, really?
Wow.
Yeah, I have a friend from high school that moved down there a couple years ago. She loves it. So, how far are the Villages from you, Dylan?
It's a ways away.
Yeah.
That's in Central Florida.
Okay.
So that's not. I don't really go out that far. We actually have agents on our team. So I'm on the Tony Baroni team down here in Florida, and we operate from coast to coast here in Central Florida.
Okay.
We do have agents on our team that go out there, but me personally, that's a little bit further out than what I'd like to do.
Yep. Okay. Now, what brokerage are you with again? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I'm with Keller Williams, Suburban Tampa.
Okay.
Awesome. On the
Awesome.
Tony Baroni team. Yeah.
All
It's
right.
the best name. You can't forget that.
Tony Baroni. No, you can't.
You cannot forget that. So now when you think of Florida real estate, you're like Tony Baroni team.
Tony Baroni. There you go.
You can't
Tony
forget
Baroni.
it. Tony Baroni team. It's, it's so funny. My wife calls me, I can't believe I'm saying this now. When I come home from work, whatever, she says, "How's my Baroni boy?"
Oh, that's cute. That's great.
Yeah.
Tony Baroni. That sounds like a Jersey thing too,
Well, he's Italian for sure.
Absolutely.
He's absolutely Italian. Yeah.
He would do well up here in Jersey just with that name.
He would. I know.
Oh my God. I can just like picture it. So on the New Jersey Turnpike up here, there's this guy, Rob something. He works, I think it's for Remax. And you're driving down the turnpike and you see this big billboard. It says, Rob sells New Jersey or something like that. And it's his face. And then you drive down for, so many miles down further and there he is again. You're like, oh my God. So Tony Baroni should get a team up here and
He should.
just be Tony Baroni all down the New Jersey Turnpike. He would do well. I'm
He
telling
would.
you.
Oh yeah, he'd clean up. He would.
Oh my God.
Uh,
So, okay, wait, we have another comment. You give me hope right now. Thanks a lot. Can I check your resume online? Ooh, Dylan,
oh,
could you help?
I sure can.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I'll send you a note or something, and you can absolutely check my
Ye-
resume online. You can go to Tony Baroni, TonyBaroni.com, and we've got like a whole map of like all the homes that we sold, and it's just like a Google map, and it's like pinpoints all over, which is cool, and we can absolutely have a conversation.
Yay.
Yeah,
Okay. You know what I'll do also, Dylan? I'll put your contact information in the description box underneath this video so people can reach out to you.
that's perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Um, Hello, John. Question: for not going to get into the market to start buying some investment properties in 2 years, do I go crazy trying to keep up with the market or stop going crazy and just wait? Into the market. Well, he's from Florida. What
He
do
is
you
from
think?
Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so one, don't go crazy. Okay. So don't go crazy. But I'm not going to tell you to not get into the market because, as they say, it's you buy real estate and wait, not wait to buy real estate. Right. So it really all depends on one, the type of property you're looking for. Okay. So if you're interested in multifamilies, if you want to go over, maybe try to find buyers that might be pre-foreclosure or with liens and issues and whatnot. At the end of the day, it's one, the type of property that you want. Two, always make sure that if you are buying an investment property, it makes sense for you. Don't buy an investment property that that's not going to cash flow.
Okay. He's buying in East Tennessee. Well, the prices are coming down in Tennessee now.
Thanks, Fortune Magazine.
According to Fortune. So, John, maybe a good time to buy
Yeah.
in Tennessee.
Actually, if you are looking to buy in East Tennessee, I've got some agents up there who can absolutely help you out. That whether selling you investment properties or helping you locate them. And I know they can also point you in the right direction on how to finance them. Because when it comes to investment properties, there's a lot of different financing vehicles you can use. And sometimes it's good to go creative financing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Good. All right. Cool. Good stuff. Get good conversation going here. Tony Baloney. Tony Baloney. Tony Baloney. I love it. Love it. But Tony Baroni, now that's going to be in my head.
Tony Baroni, you cannot get it out of your head.
He sounds like a character from The Sopranos. If you used to watch, I love that TV show Sopranos. So, oh my God! All right, so John, cash buyer, awesome. So John, I'll put Dylan's information, and he can connect you with somebody out there in East Tennessee. And all right, so. Yeah, I think that's what we got. We got almost 40 minutes in here. And I don't know, Dylan, you got anything else you want to throw out there? Anything good?
I think
hear
we
your
covered.
kids screaming.
I know. Usually bedtime isn't this painful. So I feel for my wife right now because it's twin toddlers and she's doing it all by herself. So
Oh yeah, I think you
thoughts
need
and
to go help.
prayers out to her.
You need to go help her.
I do. I will. I will here very, very soon. No, this was fantastic. It's great just talk about the market. In
Yep.
such a hyper local manner. That's like
Absolutely.
the best way to do it because unfortunately, so many buyers and sellers they'll turn on like CNN or Fox or any of those big media channels, right? I don't even have TV at my house, but and they just get doom and gloom because doom and gloom sells.
Yes.
It's the clicks. It's the clicks. And it doesn't do you any good because then you begin questioning like either getting in or getting out. Did I do the right thing? Did I not?
Yep.
So just talking about our local markets I've had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
And to anyone that's watching this, my contact info will be in the description or in a comment somewhere. So please feel free to reach on out
Right.
And, I'd love to, be of service to you.
Thank you. And then you also have a YouTube channel.
I do. I do. So I have a YouTube channel. It's not as great as yours.
Oh,
It's not as good as yours, but I'm getting there. And it is Sell the Gulf, as in Gulf of Mexico.
nice.
And so you can find all, my content there. And I also do blogging. I do a lot of blogging. And
Okay.
that's sellthegulf.com.
Cool. I'll put
And
all that in the description so people can go check you out. And if they're looking to move to
awesome.
Tampa, they'll reach out to you. So that'll be good. So anyway, all right. Well, Dylan, this has been wonderful. So go help your wife with those little babies. And
I will.
I feel for her. I really feel for her.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. So,
Yeah.
but thank you so much for being here this week. And I would love to have you back on and have another conversation. It'd be great.
That'd be wonderful. I'd appreciate that.
All right. Thank you guys. And for those of you who are watching us on the replay, again, if you have questions for me, need a referral, whatever, my contact information is down below. You can, text, call, or email me and post any questions that you have. I will get notified. So if you have any questions just from this video, feel free to comment. So, okay. All right. Everybody have a wonderful week and I will see you next Monday. Thanks, Dylan. Have a great night.
Thanks. See ya.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye. Hold on.